Good morning. If you've ever wanted to do the drag and drop Google Slides for your students, all you do is click New. I get a new slide. Takes a second to load. Personally, when I start a slide, I like to change the slide to look like a regular sheet of paper because it gives me more space to use. So you go to Page Setup, change widescreen to custom, change this to be 8.5 by 11, and click Apply. I get rid of these. Now, if you go over here to View and you go to Master and click on where it says Master, anything that I put in this master will not be editable by the students. It'll only be editable by me. So let's do a really quick one. I'm going to do background. I'm just going to choose the background. Oops, I'm actually just going to do a color. It'll be easier this way. So we'll do something like a light blue just to make it kind of different. Now I'm going to insert a shape. I'm just going to do boxes for now. Let's do 4 boxes. So I'm going to do Control C, Control V, V, V. I'm just going to do something with grammar because I think it'll be easier. Actually, you know what? Let's just do 3 boxes. All right, and then let's insert another shape. And we're going to insert a text box on top of that shape. So I'm going to insert text box right on here. And I'm going to type nouns. And let's make this, we can change the font and all that kind of stuff too. So let's just make it a little bit more presentable. So we're going to make the font a little bigger. And let's make the font centered. It's kind of a boring font, but I don't want to take up too much time of the video. Here, we'll just do that one. That's kind of cute. Once I have that, I'm just going to highlight it, and then I'm going to do Control C, and then I'm going to do Control V. I'm going to move that over here. This time I'm going to change this one to say, verbs, and then I'm going to do another Control V for pasting. Control C is copy, Control V is paste, and let's change this one to be adjective. Okay, oops. All right, once you're done, you're going to click the X button. So now none of this stuff is movable. So for my students, what I would do is I would, on the outside, on these white spaces, is where I would put my boxes that I want things to be dragged. So if you insert an image, or not image, insert a shape, again, so let's just do, we're going to do squares. And that's really big, so let's just make that smaller. I'm going to insert a text box. And then this is where I would put the words. So let's say for a noun, I might say cat. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Make it a little bigger. And let's make it centered. Now the trick to this is, well, first of all, I probably want my box to be a different color so that it stands out more. So let's make the boxes be maybe a yellow. Now the trick is you don't want them to move the cat away from the box. So if you highlight them both, so just kind of drag over to select both of them. And then on a Chromebook, it's a 2-finger click, and on a regular computer, it's a right click, and click on group. That puts them together. So now whenever they move the box, it moves the box and the words. So at this time, what I would do is I would highlight it, and I would do, again, Control C for copy, click away, and Control V, and come up with a different word. So maybe I want to do dog. And then Control V again, and let's do a different word. This time let's do an adjective. So let's say blue, and then let's Control V again. This time let's do an adjective, and it would be, let's just do run. Now I would do this so that you had lots of these on this side. You could also put them on this side. You know, maybe you had 15, 20, I don't know, depending on the age of your student. When you're all done, the way that you want to assign this is, let's just call this grammar. You go to your classroom, and let me switch classrooms. And you're going to go to your classroom, click classwork, create, assignment, and you're going to say new grammar, click add, Google Drive. It should be the last thing that you created in your recent folder. So you're going to click on it, say insert, and this is really important. You need to change this before you assign it for the first time, and you want to change this to make a copy for each student. You can also do due dates and topics and things like that. But for now, I'm just going to assign it so that you can see what it looks like. Takes a second. Okay, so if I'm signed in as my daughter, I would click on here. I would go to classwork, new grammar, click on the assignment. And now as a student, I can drag and drop. So cat goes there. Blue would go under adjectives, run would go under verbs, dog would go under nouns, and so on.